I'm glad we were able
Yeah.
to get to know. I met you the other day, and what I noticed about you more than anything when I first walked into your place of business was your lips. And you told me, and I just had to have them. We'll talk a little bit more about those lips a little bit later.
Smack.
Yeah, that's right. We'll talk about that product smack a little bit later. And what inspires you about music? So
I'm actually inspired by my parents. My mother, she was a phenomenal singer, and my dad, he had his grounds in the music industry before, the social media driven era. So he definitely has some connects in the music industry. But my mom, she's a fabulous singer. She won all her talent shows in high school.
and also it's something we have in common. You grew up in a Pentecostal church, and I'm a PK, so my mother was a minister, and I was in a Pentecostal church, and we used to stay at church like from sun up to sundown. Was your experience anything remotely like that?
Oh yes, we were in church. I was in church on Tuesdays, Fridays, Sundays, Wednesdays, choir rehearsal, and that's kind of when I became like very well rounded in high school. So I can kind of like skip some days in church. So I cheered. I did everything. I played tennis, whatever I needed to do to occupy my time for having to be in church so much.
Yeah, we talked about tennis the other day when we were talking, and I told you I was able to walk onto a college team. The high
Mhm,
school I went to was more like an engineering and health professional high school, magnet school,
mhm,
so we didn't have sports. We had tennis and golf.
mhm.
So, but of course, I'm getting up there a little bit. I think I'm maybe looking at doing some pickleball or something like that. So
Okay.
you
Because
hit a
in
little bit.
tennis, you wouldn't want to play me in tennis because, that would be a slaughter.
Yeah, you might be right. So let me ask you this: so your experience when you were playing tennis was that in high school?
That was in high school. So I played, so we got a chance to like play around with tennis for PT in like my sophomore year, but I actually was on the team my junior and senior year. Hmm.
You mentioned PT. It sounded like you were in the army. I think you told me or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you said
Oh, you
PT.
remember so well.
Yeah, this is what I do. This is what I do. So,
Mhm.
you were in the army, and I was in the Navy, and I learned a lot. Did a lot of traveling in the Navy. Tell me
Mhm.
about your experience in the military. Did that inspire you? You mentioned things about your art and your as
Mhm.
far as designing clothes and things like that. Did that have any inspiration traveling
Oh,
abroad?
most definitely. Well, it's kind of interesting. Not really the necessarily traveling because I never went overseas, but I did do active duty orders. But I did active duty orders in the States, but pretty much like the design of the camo, the material of our uniforms. I am fascinated with that. I actually have done a couple of designs being inspired by my military experience. But I must say, being in the military gave me like a drive, things like that, that I probably necessarily I don't know. I've never really been a civilian outside of high school. I've always been militant.
So the high school you went to, was it more of like a fine arts high school? I know you said you went to a fine arts college. I mean, you went to like a SCAD or something like arts
Yeah, I
college.
went to an art college. Yeah, I went to the Art Institute of the university, the Art Institute of Atlanta. Before I say Art Institute University, what is that? I'm graduating from a university this fall, but I went to the Art Institute of Atlanta for 2 years for fashion design, and I ended up transferring out to finish up my business degree. But what was the question you was asking me prior to that?
Just at the high school you went to. Was it
Oh,
like
the
a
high
specialized
school?
high school?
No, it was just like we had a freshman academy. So the ninth grade class was completely isolated from the school. So the
As it
10th,
should.
yeah, we had on uniforms. And our superintendent, which was our principal, he was a general in the military that retired. So our
Okay.
school pushed military and pushed college. They gave us a chance to start college our junior year.
Okay.
Hmm.
So tell me about those uniforms. What do they look like?
Which
The
uniforms?
one you wore in the
Oh,
freshman.
red, white, and blue. I am an Eagle. I graduated from Mitchell County High School. It's a very like close knit town. It's small. It's right down from Albany, but we're so close to Tallahassee, so we kind of like got a Florida experience when I was in high school. And I love school. It was so much fun for me. It was small, but we were high in spirit and style. So it was just like and I got a chance to always go to Atlanta because my dad lived in Atlanta, so I really didn't feel a difference.
For sure, for sure. So let's talk a little bit about the music piece. So
Oh
talk
yeah.
about that a little bit.
Okay, so I love music, and if you guys haven't heard my project off air, the mixtape, yeah, it is on all platforms. It is on Spotify and Apple. I'm a songwriter, but I also rap and sing. And I say I'm a songwriter because I have a high passion for writing music just as much as I do as performing, singing, or rapping it. So yeah,
So when you say you have a mixtape, how many tracks or whatever's on that tape?
there are 10 songs on the track. One is a freestyle. Two were already released before the project came out, and yeah, so 7 more new songs. But it came out February this year, February the 18th. Mhm.
Let me ask you this. So as an audio guy myself, video guy,
Yeah.
engineer and stuff like that. So how much time does it take in preparation to get into the booth and stuff like that? Like what is your way of getting set up for the record and things of that nature? How much prep time and recording time and so on and so forth?
It takes a lot, but I enjoy it. So I do this full time. I'm just complete entrepreneur. The only like mandated career I had was being in the military.
Right.
So everything else has been entrepreneur listed and just based off of my artistship and developing as an artist. Now, I feel like as an artist, you have to develop. Like you can't cheat your time. Like you just can't jump to center stage. Like I'm nowhere at that main level yet, but I am growing. I have a buzz, and everyone enjoys my music. I just had one of my songs play in Nigeria on the radio, so that was interesting. But as a recording, what I do is I listen to the beat. I either freestyle it and record myself on my phone, then go to the studio or record myself because I have all the equipment. I know how to record myself. Or I'll sit there and write to the beats, and then I'll find the artist or person that I think should sing the chorus, or I'll sing the chorus and I'll plug in a rap verse.
That's a
Yeah.
lot. That's a lot. I remember you when I talked to you a couple of days ago. So
Mm.
Nigeria, you said you were more into the Afro beats. Is that correct?
Listen, I love the Afro beats. I feel like they're actually making music. And I feel like hip hop, American hip hop right now has took a twist to like drill music, which is like super urban. And I feel like since I come from fashion, I have a more connection with being wider in the space of Afro beats for my style. Mhm.
That makes sense. Yeah, you are quite fashionable, including the smack you was talking the first time I met you, and so on and so forth.
Y'all, everyone loves Smack. Smack is selling very well, and if you guys haven't shopped Smack, what you waiting for? He shopped Smack.
Yeah, I was totally
It was
blown
the
away.
lips.
Yeah, it was the lips. They just blew me away. So that's the part. So I'm in education. What was it like in high school? What were your teachers like, and so on? Did they say you started early? You told me you were on all the plays, the yearbook, the darn
Yeah.
cheers, you did everything.
I just always been like well rounded because I have a mom that she just believe in me. So if I go there and I'm like, okay, well I want to do homecoming court this year, she's like, okay, so how we gonna do it? Like I want to cheer this year. Okay, what you want to do? Whatever I believe in, my parents push me in that level. So I have to give all credit to them for that because I could just come with the most fascinating ideas and they was like, okay, so how you gonna get it done?
On that note, I mean, I tell kids all the time. I mean, you have to be in talent shows, whether you're at church, because you look at all the groups, whether it's
Mhm.
Usher, New Edition,
Yeah.
they were practicing their craft at an early age. It's not something
Mhm.
you just wake up to. So tell me how long your process has been. I mean, it's like been your whole life, right?
Yeah, so actually, I started writing songs in high school before I even had like a tune or knew that I had a tune. So my thing was just sit in my room and write songs to express myself. Now, when I got in college and I got around this person at the time that I was dating, they used to like freestyle a lot.
Okay.
So that was I started freestyling with them, and the guys was like, "Yo, you rap better than some of us." I'm like, "Nah, I rap better than all y'all."
Okay. Together.
But no, seriously, and also even younger, my older brothers they do music,
Yeah.
so it was always around me. They always rapped and record. I even remember them walking around with the, it looks like a radio thing, and you just press and record yourself. That's how
Yeah.
you can tell they're older than me. And I'm like a little kid running around them.
Oh, the little voice recorder thing?
Yeah, they were recording themselves on that. So yeah, my brothers gave me like my first exposure of actually like rapping.
Okay,
Mhm.
that's very very interesting. I mean, that's good. I mean, you got to get it from somewhere. I mean, take a look at the Jackson 5 or 6 or how many there are.
You know what's beautiful about them? That they got a chance to develop so young. Like their dad harness on their skill set. Like the sooner you start, it's just like with anything. I feel like Serena and Venus.
Sure.
They wasn't absolutely that amazing till they put in that time.
Right.
So you can't cheat the process. So yeah.
I like that. You can't cheat the process. A lot of people say trust the process. You say you can't cheat. I'm gonna use that. I'm
Can't cheat the process.
I'm gonna put a little phrase on that and see if I can hashtag that.
Yeah.
So tell me, when we end this right here, we gonna put a link on this thing for your music?
Oh yes, so a link for Off Air will be in the bio. So please check out my music. You guys will absolutely love all of my songs. And if you have a favorite song, please follow me on Instagram at Sharia Williams, which is my real name, and on Facebook at Sharia Williams as well, and YouTube Ace Stripping, where you can watch all of my music videos that's been released.
Oh, I can't wait to see that.
Oh, let's talk about Smack. Okay, we want to talk about them lips today.
Yeah, let me get that. Hold on a second.
It sounds like a moving weight.
So this is what got me when I first saw this young lady, the lips I was telling you about. So here we go. This is talk about Smack. What is this?
Okay, so Smack is a amazing lip facial. So this is the one that has gold in it, and this is our first one that came out, and it has gold in it, it has aloe vera in it, it has collagen in it, and pretty much it restores your lips to its original color. So say for instance, if your lips are severely chapped and peeling, and you try to use oil-based products on that, do you know that chapstick actually dries your lips out even more?
Ouch.
Because if it even solved the problem, would you go back and get it? But this is a solution-based product. It solves the problem. And I recommend this for anyone. And even if your lips have become darker and you want it to go back to the original color, you put this in your regimen and you can have some kissable lips because it's Smack.
Talking Smack, let me get that up at you. Let me get these
you
up
make
at
sure you use them. So
yeah, so whatever, if y'all if you find yourself drinking a lot of coffee or other caffeinated
or if
drinks,
you smoke weed or any tobacco product.
Yeah, I tried to slide that in there. I tried to X that out. I said
okay.
Coffee, I just was trying to just slide.
Oh, you can't say that on air?
I was just checking. I was just trying to slide that in.
Well, you know when you need Smack, because if your lips is getting a little dark and peeling, you need Smack.
Yeah. I'm going to try these out. They look kind of got the little, what's the little liquid part of it?
It ain't going to drip.
It's a
facial.
Liquidy.
It's like jelly. I
feel like if I put this, like one of the Cosby kids on Fat Up with them kid with a big lip with a big old thing. I
do get that a lot. So the lips is not going to make your lips plump. They're just going to rejuvenate.
Well, you have a whole Joker smile up in here. You put this on. Batman. The Joker.
Hey, I can't hear nothing, but I know the songs are vibe. With the headphones on.
Clear skies and jet screams, red wine sipping, I'm settling down, living life, no stressing. Ain't even a question, I'm the answer for McDuffie, can't press me. South Beach with dolphins and jet skis. Done lost sight of going broke, cause it's
this song is called
now
Movie.
I'm the captain of the boat, she's just glad it's us. It's kinda crazy how the wave will bring the groupies. I've been destined for this lifestyle.
Like this song.
I'm kinda crazy from the angles that they shoot me. I just hope that I don't down set the night.
And now I'm not gonna get no copyright infringement either, because this is original music. Okay, nobody's gonna try to bar me from this.
I think YouTube is more lenient. So you can listen to the whole project on Spotify and Apple Music.
I'm trying to listen. This tonight. It's a whole vibe. I'm not even going to work tomorrow.
It's like we have our R&B, we have our pop, we have our hip hop, we have our rap songs, we have songs for the summertime, we have songs for winter. You know, all seasons you can play Off Air the mixtape, and it's a mixtape. You know.
So Barry Smith, Lando Sports. It's been a while, but nonetheless, we coming back in full motion.
Yay!
Nice to have Aceri come in the booth.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, it's my pleasure. I'm getting back out there. Like I said, I've done a lot of production in my past few years, but it's time for me to jump on and, see what happens.
All right.
My pleasure.
Well, you guys, make sure y'all listen to Off Air the Mixtape, and y'all have a wonderful day.
Pieces.
I need the rest for my fam. Well,
pretty models wanna party up in the moon, walking up to cloud nine, cause I'm in my room, radio is playing fashionista, gon' set the mood, looking in the mirror, I love love your features. You're so in tune, yeah. Just get in tune, shawty. Just get in tune. Just get in tune, shawty. You're so in tune.